What is going on? I'm trying something different today. I'm trying the Do recorder. So let me know if that is working or not. What's the matter? Can you not hear it? How's it going, everybody? Just let me know if you guys can hear me, because I'm trying a different screen recorder, trying to get this live thing figured out. Everybody wants to be first. Can somebody just say yes or no? Can you hear me? Yes, you hear me. Perfect. Awesome. And is the thumbnail correct? Is the thumbnail Jurassic World Alive today instead of, what's going on, Peter B, instead of Pokemon Duel? Perfect. Awesome. I would dart this Emu, but I have so many of those and I can get them just anytime that I want that I'm probably just gonna skip it. Yeah, I can see the chat. I've got my extra phone tethered to my game phone, and so I can see the chat and play at the same time. I'm definitely going to pop open a rare scent capsule. I'm in local 2, just in case. Hey, look at that. Draco Rex right off the bat. So I did some research after yesterday's live, and apparently iOS does not support doing live streaming on like DU Recorder or Omelette Arcade with a face cam. So for the time being, this is gonna have to be how I roll, but I definitely should look into getting maybe an Android. And I've never used an Android at all, so I don't know. I don't know anything about Androids. So maybe if you guys could just in the comments, maybe leave like the comments of the video, not necessarily the comments for the live stream, but if you guys could leave, what is a good inexpensive Android phone that maybe I can start doing some better live streams from. What's going on, Fire Ninja? I hope the wind is not too bad. So let's talk about the legendaries that are happening tomorrow. I think I still have one more epic to dart before the end of the day. It should be no problem. As far as what I went for, I basically went whatever was available between, man, it's super windy today. Whatever was available between the T-Rex and the Sino is what I darted, because they're both just so useful. I didn't want to risk missing any, and I couldn't decide. I didn't want to just go around looking for what, like T-Rex, and I apologize for that wind. Samsung S5. You're gonna dart all of them, like one of each? Oh, what do we have? Oh, man, this is good. We're gonna go with Utah instead of Noto. Utah's good DNA. I'm gonna have a hard time keeping up with the chat, so I will keep looking as I can. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm trying to add a little bit of a different element to my channel, which is the live. And AR games are great for doing live streams, but it should be more than just me sitting at home on my computer doing a live stream. I want to get out and walk around so that you guys can see. Did you think the unique poll was for St. Patrick's Day? It's very likely. Very, very likely. Because they're green, right? I mean, that would make the most sense. Is they were asking us, man, do you think we'll get 3 attempts at a unique, though? That would be crazy. I can't imagine that we get 3 attempts at a unique. That's way too much. And I know uniques don't give out a whole lot of DNA. They're extremely difficult to go for, but 3 attempts is a lot. You could unlock a lot of DNA with that. Spinodesicus or Trio. You know, here's the thing. It all depends on what the build of your team is. And I like the way that Ludia is kind of making people pick a lane, as the saying goes. Because if you want to go for Indoraptor or Erlodom, then you have to go with Indominus Rex. It saves way too many T-Rex and it saves way too many Velociraptor. At the same time, if you're not going to go that route, then there's no reason to do that. So then you have, what else do we have? We have the Utah Sino, which probably is the best individual dino out of the group. So you have the 5 to choose from. And if you're not close to making any of the uniques, Utah Sino is, I think, the best standalone figure out of the group. And then I think, just speaking on a standalone basis, wow, I'm getting some pretty good spawns here. Speaking on just a standalone basis, I think Spino is going to be the next best, just because of the bleed. You can really force your opponent. You can force them to make some decisions and alter the way that they want to play by bleeding and then swooping, of course. So I think if you're just going for standalone figures, those are probably my top 2. I think Triostronix would be, it's still really good. The immunity is great, but I think it would be like 3rd as far as a standalone figure. Allosino, I think, the only reason to go for Allosino, I think, is if you were going to try to get Thor. If you're close to getting Thor, I think that's when your best chance, running out of darts, that's what I think your best chance of going for Allosino is. Otherwise, I would probably just skip Allosino. If you're not close to Thor, or you're not close to leveling it up a few levels, I think that's the easy one to skip. I think Triostronix is pretty easy to skip because it doesn't have a unique hybrid as well. But I think Indominus Rex is the best value out of all of them. Spinota, whatever, decide. Birds eat cheese. Okay. Dracorex Gen 2. Local 2. They are everywhere in Local 2. What's my alliance? It's the Fodder Alliance. How useful would you say Thor is for people at like 3,500 trophy? Oh man. I feel like Thor would just be a monster. In the 3,500s, not much can withstand the crit that it drops down. It's been so long since I've been down there, and I haven't been down there in the 1.6 era. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of out of touch with that meta, just to be totally honest. But just based on the fact that it hits so hard, and it's a great closer. If we're speaking in baseball terms, I would say that like it's the Mariano Rivera of closers. I've got to find some stops here. We got 5 attempts on legendaries, most likely for St. Patrick's. Yeah, I mean, that's my guess. I think that's probably right. That's very generous of them. Was it easy to get? Oh, yeah, K-Dub, I got the D recorder. It's yeah, it's just an app, but it doesn't have the camera on it. So, but I've said earlier, I don't think iOS, I think they have some kind of restrictions that don't allow you to do the screen recording, the face cam, with the do recorder on iOS yet. So, K-Dub, I saw your video on the aliens for Pokemon Duel, and that is absolutely ridiculous that got past the development stage. That is absolutely ridiculous. Gen 2, yeah, Gen 2, Dracorex. I'm tempted to go in Dom. Yeah, you're right. The contents are global. The problem is you need so much of it. If you think about, it's 200 per pop for T-Rex for Erlikosaurus. On top of that, it's what, 50 a pop for Indominus, and then there's like 4 different hybrids that are spawned off of that. That makes it really difficult. I'm not even interested in this Erlikosaurus, but I could do it. I'm predicting that it keeps up with the swap-in defense shattering rampage. It will be nerfed because of Which one's going to be nerfed there, Kyle? Are you talking about Draco Sarah? I don't know that I can get within range of this stop here. $3. Should I go for Uterinax? My Uterino is level... Yeah, there's... you know what? It depends. I can't remember who asked about Uterinax. It really depends on the make of your team. If you already have a couple of swap out dinosaurs, or basically, here, let me say this. If you don't have any dinosaurs that can swap out currently on your team, or if you don't have a good one, then I'd say, yeah, go for Uterinax. If you already have something that does a good job of swapping in, or rampage and run, or a hit and run, then I think you can do without it. I think you can get too heavy of a team. Hey, thanks, Deadhead. I appreciate it. If you can build a team that ends up having too many impact and run, and then what you end up having is late game, you end up having too many dinosaurs, too many creatures that don't have enough health left to withstand a hit. Your name is Burb. Burbs eat cheese. Okay, so I guess you like cheese, huh? What is this? T-Rex Gen 2 I need, but don't. T-Rex Gen 2, man, that was last week, I think. They were everywhere. You had a really good opportunity to pick up a bunch of that DNA. Got some Draco Gen 2, gonna pop some cents here. Yeah, for sure. Draco Rex Gen 2, go to local 2. You should be able to come up with quite a few Draco Rex Gen 2. Hey, Fatality, how you doing? How insane is Indoraptor? I've said it before. I think Indoraptor is the single best dinosaur in the game. And I know people will argue, and a lot of people say it's like a noob crutch. And it kind of is. But at the same time, like, it can beat any dinosaur in the game. And I think that's actually good. It's a good utility dinosaur. And that's why a lot of people leveled up a lot. And the components are easy to get. So I actually think it's good for the game. Everybody wants a unique because they are the in-game dinosaurs. And I think there's one that everybody can get globally. So I think that's good. And the fact that it's good and global. I will say that's one thing that I really like about how they've done the game is that they've made really good dinosaurs, but they've made a lot of really accessible dinosaurs really good. So when the game first launched, you had Velociraptor, which was a nighttime spawn, and it spawned everywhere. And it was arguably the best dinosaur in the game. So even if you're free to play, you still have access to the best dino. You have access to the ingredients to make the best dino in the game. Thanks for the sub, I appreciate it. Is it Lila? Thank you, thank you. Let's see, can I do a video on how to get any epic dinosaur without using the VIP? Yes, I can tell you how to do that. It is as simple as knowing your local zones. So if you go to MetaHub, and I don't have access to put a description, but it's metahub.info, I believe. They have a spawn guide, and I can do videos on that, but they have a spawn guide if you don't want to wait for my video, that'll tell you which epics spawn in which local zones. And that is your best way. You don't have to, you can be completely free to play. And then the next best thing that you can do is every week when they have the strike towers for the scent capsules, make sure you battle the ones that are like the large, the 8-hour, the gold or the bronze. Those are going to be your best bets for getting epic scent capsules. And then a lot of times you can get 5 or 6. Hello, Lila. You can get 5 or 6 epics off of one scent capsule, which is really nice. What are the exclusives? Let's see, what are the exclusives for the arenas? Let's see, if I even go tap on. So what I did here, let me go back. What I did here is if you go to the battle arena and then you tap on whichever arena you were in. So what is that? Pteranodon, Patchy, Gallimimus, Baryonyx Gen 2, Stygimoloch Gen 2, Irritator, is that Parasaurus, Stygimoloch, and Lamborghini. And then you have the Mira, Gaia, the Proceratosaurus, and then the Alanqua. Those are your arena exclusives. I'd rather deal with the meta, including Thor. You know, but the Draco twins, they're not good together on the same team. You're really hand-tied as far as what you can do. You have to basically have two perfect other dinosaurs if you're going to run both the Dracos. T-Rex is the most popular. Yeah, I think when you're growing up as a kid, I think everybody knows T-Rex first, and then like Brontosaurus or Stegosaurus or Triceratops. I think those are the most common of all the dinosaurs. What's my alliance? It's the Fodder Alliance. Wish they did a hybrid in the game with Sinnoh and Iguanodon. Let's see, what would that do? That would be a stun machine, right? Ooh, wow. I would say dart all the Dilophosaurus Gen 2 you can. If you remember from 1.5, they are park spawns, and they're very hard to come by. So I'm actually stockpiling as much as I can. I think on Monday we're going to get Tenanto as a increased spawn rate. So you're going to want to have as much Dilophosaurus Gen 2, because people are going to try to level that up quite a bit, I think. Hey Johnny, thank you for tuning in, appreciate it. How do I get, oh, you mean like the baseball cap, the merchandise, and then the toques? Those are actually just sent to me by Ludia. In fact, I never even know when they're going to show up. I'll just have UPS at my door and I'm like, what? And so yeah, that comes directly from Ludia. I know a couple of my viewers have reached out to Ludia asking if they can buy them, and apparently they're not for sale. So I don't know if there are plans to, but I know they're highly popular. You want OP, imagine swap and cloak. You know, I don't put it past them to do a swap and cloak. Man, I've got so much going on right here. I'm going after Draco Rex. Okay, Draco Rex. I can't really ever get a super high total on Draco Rex, and I don't know why. It only has 2 spawn points for its targets, but it just moves around. It doesn't really ever walk in a straight line. If you notice, Dilophosaurus Gen 2 will run in a straight line for a while. Draco Gen 2 doesn't really seem to do that. Hey! Thanks for stopping in, stay-at-home dad. Appreciate the support. Yeah, you know what? I can unlock Patchy. Let me get some darts. I can unlock Patchy here. I could do it in a video, but we can do it in a live stream. Let me get some more Dilophosaurus. Much, much needed. I'm not really hitting any targets here. There we go. And I guess it's not really even called Patchy. It's like Patchy? There's no K, right? Yeah, I'm glad you tuned in, Metal. Appreciate the support. Let's see, all right. I've got one more spawn point coming up here in like 7 seconds. Yeah, Draco Rex Gen 2 with the little head weave. No, we don't care about Irritator Gen 2. With the little head weave right at the very beginning is pretty difficult to dart that first one. All right, so you guys want me to unlock Patchy. Let me scroll down here. This is one of the new dinosaurs for 1.6. I want to say it's an Arena exclusive. So you have to be Arena 9, I believe. As a baby, its health is almost 2100. Speed of 121, which is not bad. Pahi? Is that the Pahi? Damage of 481, 5% crit, no armor. This one's going to take a while to level up. For sure, for sure. Pahi. Awesome, John. I appreciate that. I'm glad this is working out. It's always kind of nerve-wracking to try to do a live stream when there's really no way to test if it's working other than just going live. So you kind of have to just commit and say, I hope that this works. So shielding strike, decelerating impact, rampage and run, swap and stun. 66% chance of stun, 2 times damage, 1.5 times damage. Not a bad dinosaur. When I used it in the beta, it didn't wow me. Like the Proceratomimus, that wowed me. I was like, wow. And even the other one, what did I just create the other day? The avocado, the Edmontoguanodon. This one wowed me as far as its abilities when it's at team level. But the Pocky just never really did much for me. Hey, Adam, I appreciate it. Or Turg. Thank you, Turg, I appreciate it. What spawn in local is Mira Sura? You know what? That's an Arena exclusive. Wait, which Mira? Is that the new one? The one down here? Is that this? Mirasora is a park spawn. If that's what, I think that's the one that you're asking. I don't know when are the Mission Alliance is coming back. They will come back. I think it was a great idea. It just, for whatever reason, their reward system, like everything was working except for the rewards. And I guess they did have a problem counting coins or something there for a little bit. But I'm not a programmer, so I have no idea where the problem was. But I think it was so well received, I can't imagine them scrapping it completely unless they just cannot get the code to work for it. That would be the only reason why I don't see them coming back. I think I need to get closer to these. I'm running really low on darts. I've had an average fuses of Thor. You know what, though? You can't complain. If you've gotten 20s, which are average, you're doing something right. It's when you start getting just 10, 10, 10, and 10, and 10, that's when life becomes really difficult. I don't ever complain about getting the 20s. And you'll notice, if you guys are like me, you'll notice that you'll go through strings where, like, you'll get 10 or 11 or 12 straight 10s. And then slowly you'll start working your way back up and you'll start hitting some like 50s and 70s and 90s. And those are always fun. Endobatops. I think you guys are just starting to make up some crazy names now. Do you know what is the next Alliance missions? I don't know when the next Alliance missions are. 160 out of 210 on Trico after 10. Wow, that's what, 16? That's pretty low, right? You should be closer to 200, I think, after 10 fusions. It's a new flyer. It's either what? Where does Dilophosaurus? Is that L1? So it's either L1 or it's a global Dawn Dusk for the new flyer. No more Draco hybrids. Yeah, you're probably not alone there. I think most people are about ready for that meta to be over. And what's weird is Draco Rex, the original, the OG, isn't really all that great. The only thing it's good for is for the hybrid, the unique. 6 10s in a row on a unique is very heartbreaking. I still maintain that if you are able to, I don't have the willpower to do it, but if you have the willpower to save up a bunch of fusions on a unique and do them all at once, I think your odds are significantly better of not landing all 10s. Of course, having said that, if you're in the cycle where you're going to land all 10s, then there's not really much you can do about it, and it's just going to be bad news. Probably. I'm going to have to walk. There's a major road that let's see, right here. You see that two-lane road? That's a pretty big road that I don't want to walk along. So, I've got 2 little sink capsules. I'll go ahead. Burn them if you got them. Ornithormimus. I wish Proceratomimus was easier to come by. But I really like the hybrid. I think it's as broken as Monomimus was before, except for now it's only an epic. And I don't even know, if you're in the lower arenas, are you seeing a lot of Proceratomimus? I did 4 in a row with him and got 40. Rip. Johnny, I feel bad for you. Because that should not be happening. Maybe, I might do a couple friendlies, but I don't know. I don't know. Is it possible to get 100 DNA? Yes, you can get 100 DNA. In fact, I've seen screenshots of 110. I think I've only seen 2 screenshots ever since launch of 110. But they come from people I trust in the game, to not Photoshop. So I believe it to be possible to do 110. I've personally never gotten one. Pacific Northwest, so it's kind of hard to get dinos in the rain. I believe it. As you've noticed, like the last 2 weeks, most of my videos I'm sitting in my car because of the rain. Let alone dealing with Wi-Fi that doesn't stay. Yeah, and that is like the universal problem for augmented reality games, is if you are in places where the weather is not Southern California, you're at a disadvantage to people who, you know, like legitimately it might rain 18 to 20 days out of the year here, and every other day I could play. And then if it's too hot inland where I am, then I can just go down by the water where like a really hot day is 80 degrees. So yeah, but that's a universal problem for augmented reality games. Except for maybe The Walking Dead or Ghostbusters. I guess you could play those just sitting on your couch for the most part. I don't even know. In Ghostbusters World, do you even have to leave your couch to play it? I feel like you can just be at home and play it all the time. Which I think kind of defeats the point of AR. At the same time, it makes it a little more inclusive to everybody. I feel like everyone but me has Thor. Hey, Tex Ags. Thanks for stopping by. And it's really weird with the northern hemisphere, with the nights being longer and the days being shorter. A lot of the daytime dinos are harder to come by. You have less time to dart to them. People have school and work and family obligations during the week that it makes it really difficult. If I had the resources of Overlevel and Epic, I would either go with Proceratomimus or, I only have 13 darts left. I gotta get moving. Or I would go with Gorgosuchus. That dinosaur hits so hard. What are their epics? trying to think of what other epics are out there. The Edmonto Guanodon would be a pretty strong candidate. Jay, the epics that I went with this week is I went with whatever was near me between Sino and T-Rex. And I still have one more to dart, and I'm either like at 4 and 4 or 5 and 3. I'm not 100% sure what my exact breakup was, but I just went for, because they're both too valuable to pass up on, and I want to make sure that I got 9 attempts in. You want Thor, but don't have enough Tonanto. Thor should be Tarbosaurus. Oh, you mean Tonanto Rex? No, it'd be Dilophosaurus and T-Rex Gen 2. How much is the most common DNA you can have? I don't know. I know people have gotten over 100,000. Maybe 300,000 or 500,000 might be where you're capped at. Thanks for stopping by, Cliff. Appreciate the support. What strike event comes tomorrow? It's I'm gonna do that live as well, and I'm gonna try to wake up and do that early in the morning. But I want to say it's Triostronics and Spino, maybe. Hey, Faye Whale, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. I think Ludio will create a tier beyond unique. No, I don't. It would be, because then you'd have to have uniques as part of it. And I think that would be really difficult to sell based on the fact that so many people have really high level uniques already. Level 30 Posti, level 30 Trio. There you go. No. Well, because Trio is immune, so you can't bleed it. Pastasuchus. What does Pastasuchus have? I apologize if the wind is howling in your ears. Let's see, what are we dealing with here? And it's immune, so yeah, bleed is not going to work. Bleed is not going to work. Use a Halloween scent? Ooh. Yeah, you know what? Maybe on another live. I'm gonna work more lives into the rotation. I don't want to do it right now just because I don't really have any darts, first and foremost. I have 27 darts. I'm gonna have to walk over and hit up a couple of drops here. But that would be cool. I could do a live stream where maybe I drop a scent capsule of all the different types. I really wish they would have done a Lunar New Year capsule or even a Valentine capsule. There's been some really good DNA out of these. Create the new creatures. Create the new creatures. What I already created Pocky. What other new creature? You want me to create the Mira? Let me finish this scent capsule. Fast, high damage. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to go like the immune, the cloak or the evasive stance. I think is gonna be, because they hit way hard. As soon as I'm done with this capsule, my favorite, I will. We can go look at them and see what kind of speed we're dealing with. What's my favorite dino to play with, or just which one do I think looks the coolest? Because I like playing with Indo. Call me boring, but I like using Indo. But which one do I think looks the coolest? You know what? The Proceratomimus looks really cool. Are the legendaries out yet? No, that'll be on Sunday for us in the States. You know what? There's no green strike towers near me. If you're not in the States, you have 15 hours left. And then I think another hour after that before the legendaries come out. We're just kind of talking about which legendaries to go for, among other things, but which legendaries to go for darting. It's this, what is that? Let's see, what do you think 3 unique creatures? Everybody seems to think it's going to be St. Patrick's Day. And I can't argue, I don't know. But it would make sense because they're green. Unique is green. So that would make sense. Yoshi. Do you recommend Proceratomimus? Yeah. I think Proceratomimus is in the conversation for best epic dinosaurs in the game. So yeah, definitely. Is that a Draco? Oh good, I have 58 darts. Just know that more than lower level players for Proceratomimus, can you stomach the RNG? Like, it's a great dinosaur when it dodges 6 times in a match, but when it doesn't dodge the very first one and gets completely knocked out, you're really in a lot of trouble because your opponent has a full team of dinosaurs and you have to knock out 3 and you only have 3 dinosaurs left to use. If you can't handle the wild swings in RNG, then I would say don't use it. Just because you will go through wild swings. I will get up to like 49, 50, somewhere in that range. And then I'll get to where I'm not dodging anything at all. And I easily fall back down to the low 46s or the 45s. I even fell out of Avery just based on I was not dodging anywhere near 50%. So you do go through wild swings if you are the type that rages and can't stomach those wild swings as far as trophies, then don't use Proceratomimus. 13th, I'm hoping for St. Patrick's Day is 13th of March. No, it's the 17th of March. St. Patrick's Day. Which legendary am I getting? I'm leaning towards Indominus Rex. And my reasoning is because for every like 10 Indominus Rex, you save 50 T-Rex and 200 or 500 Velociraptor. That's too good to pass up for me. I was in your alliance requesting dinos I want because getting... Yeah, no, request away. There's no problem with that. Ooh, I can reach that. Spino's a bit of a glass cannon, but if you level it high enough... Yeah, Spinota is fine. It really makes your opponent alter the way they want to play because you're going to force them to have to swap out. And if they don't have a swap-in dinosaur that has a swap-in attack, then you're gaining a hidden attack in there. So yeah, definitely. Do you think the battle matching pool is too wide at 450? No. But here's the thing, if the trophy count was narrowed down, then people would be complaining that it takes too long to find a battle. So you kind of have to... I mean, I think at the end of the day, you're going to end up where you're supposed to be because you may get stomped by people that are 450 higher than you, but then you're also going to stomp somebody that you're 450 higher than, if that makes sense. My favorite rare non-hybrid. I like Utah Raptor. I like Utah Raptor. I think it looks pretty cool. Just as far as like looks, as far as like to play in the game, I think Sucotator might be the best rare in the game. It's definitely in the conversation. Ornithormimus is in the conversation for best rare in the game as well. Triastronics is great. Mine's level 24. It's got a lot going for it. It's immune. It's got the self buff. The big knock against it is you have to have a setup turn for Triastronics. So if you can't bring it in to get a KO as a setup, it's not really going to work out well for you. But yeah, I think Triastronics is great. How great of a dyno is Indom? I think Indom is actually better than people give credit for, especially in this meta with so many bleed dinosaurs. I just think that the ability to not be bled, and you kind of have a 50-50 to take out a dinosaur, I think that makes it a really good lead. And then if you level it up, it's really strong. So I think it's underappreciated as a dinosaur in this meta. The problem is you need its DNA for so many other really, really good dinosaurs that it may not be worth it to go for leveling it up as opposed to saving that DNA. I have 3461 cups. Good job. Sucretator concave, bleeding with counter. Now that is something that we don't have yet, but a counterattack that bled, like even if it bled, did like a 10% bleed for 2 turns, that would be filthy. That would be absolutely filthy. That might be broken actually. Peoples get 50 and I get 10. It happens. You're gonna average 20. So if you get a bunch of 10s, you will get higher numbers on your fuses later. I wish there was a Carnotaurus. I'm surprised there's not a Carnotaurus hybrid, actually. Go over here, there's more Draco. I think I can get closer to that. Carnotaurus it's a cool looking dinosaur. I think it would make a really nice hybrid. I'm actually saving all my Carnotaurus right now for a future hybrid. Might be worth asking your lines if you don't have anything else to ask for. Start stockpiling now. Man, I got 2 stops. Kind of low on darts. You average 10, but you won't always average 10. In fact, it's not impossible to average 10. So it'll get better. It will get better. You'll get better fuses. For sure, for sure. Just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. This has been fun. I can't see the YouTube screen, so I don't know. Like, make sure you like the video. That way, when I'm trying to decide, do I want to do a live today or just do a regular video? If enough people want lives, if I put a like on the video, then that helps me decide what I want to do for any given day. I definitely will do the Strike Tower live tomorrow. I'm probably not going to show all 5 dartings of the legendaries, but definitely will do a Strike Tower. I'll kind of look at some strats to try to beat this Strike Tower. It's gonna be a tough one. Dilophosaur 2100, then you're gonna need all of it too. Every last bit of it. Thanks for stopping by, gaming. Appreciate it. I came. Marisol, we're talking dinos. We're talking legendaries for tomorrow. I'm darting a few dinos. Hello. How are you doing, Badzio? Does it make sense to have arena exclusive dinos? Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think things like Irritator should be arena exclusive. That it just makes, well, here's I think if you're gonna make arena exclusives and they're going to have hybrids, I think they should be really OP hybrids, just because it's so hard to come up with arena exclusive dinosaurs that you should be rewarded for being able to create a hybrid with those dinos. I hope that makes sense. Metal Deadhead, I think they said it was Pasti and Triostronics for tomorrow, both level 30. George, we're talking about Jurassic World Live. Tomorrow's Strike Tower, level 30, I believe it's Pasti, and I believe it's Triostronics. And then which legendaries are we darting? Thank you for tuning in from the UK. I can't pronounce that first name. Irritator should be a wild spawn. The top tier dinos should have components. Yeah, like that would make sense. If Irritator had a hybrid that was super good, then it would reward you for being at the different levels. That's too bad. You should get into a good alliance because it can really help you progress faster in the game. Are you going to do a new race? Oh, you know what? We can. Those are always fun. I like doing those videos. If you don't know what, who said that? Dino Hunter. I've done a couple of videos with Postimon where we will go somewhere and you have 1 hour and then you get points for different rarities of dinos. And it's usually pretty entertaining. I won the first one. I was in downtown LA. And then the second one, I was out in, where was I? Was I in Queens, New York? And that one was terrible. That was so disappointing to walk around for an hour and just get nothing of use at all. Graham is the other way to spell it. I'm watching from the great southern. Awesome. Ned, thank you for turning in. What time is it in Australia right now? I want to say Australia is like 12 hours or 14 hours different. I know it's I know it's already Sunday for you. But I don't know exactly what time it is. I don't even know exactly what time it is here. I want to say like 2, almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, New York City, around Central Park, was a huge L4. And the hotel I was at was really boring, except for I did get more Tarbosaurus than I thought I'd ever see in my life. And yeah, it's 10 a.m. there. All right, so if it's 3 o'clock p.m. here, that'd be 17 hours difference. Does that sound right? $17 hours. God, it seems like a lot. It's noon in Germany. My gosh. Time zones trip me out. I'm not gonna lie. And I understand why they're there, but that's just crazy. Does anything good happen on Sunday? To my viewers in Australia and Germany, is anything good happening on Sunday that I can prepare myself for? 11 p.m. in the UK, so that would be like why is my math failing me? Like 8 hours ahead? Some of that turbo, I've used all that turbo. I had to create my Thor. Had to create Thor. It was really useful as far as that goes. I don't think I have really any turbo right now. Look at that. I have 186 turbo. I think I have one more attempt. Yeah, one more. I'm not going to waste it on Barry. But I am going to get all of these stops. Although I'm pretty much stocked back up on my darts here, so this is good. No, they don't spawn upside down. That would be funny though. That would be really funny if they spawned upside down. Somebody was yelling at me. I don't know why. Oh man, there's a cyno way over there. I would definitely dart another cyno. It's good DNA. Definitely good DNA. Prime, I'm doing well. How are you? Man, if Thor had armor, it would be too good. It could, if Thor hits 3 crits, you're probably losing. If it hits 3 crits against you, if you're using Thor and it hits 3 crits, you're probably going to win that match. Because you're taking out at least 2 dinosaurs if you're landing 3 crits. There's a chance that you're taking out 3 dinosaurs with that, for sure. Let's see. I know I've missed a lot of your chats, and I apologize. I'm doing the best that I can here, but I do appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Like I said before, if you like the live streams, go hit the like, so that whenever I'm done and this posts up, then I can look back and see that people want to see more live streams. I think it's a nice thing to be able to do lives and walk around and interact. And that's one thing that I felt was missing from my channel, is I try to comment on as many viewer comments as I can, but it's not really like having a conversation. I feel this way, you guys can ask questions real time and have a better opportunity for me answering them if I'm able to see them. It's hard to keep up with everything, of course, but Texas. I'm from Dallas. I was actually born in Lubbock, but I grew up most of my life in Dallas, so I'm very familiar with Texas. Do you ever think there's going to be a dinosaur that needs 3 other dinos to fuse? Ooh. No. I don't want there to be either. I think that would be too much. It's already pretty difficult to level up a lot of dinosaurs just with 2 elements. The epic strike for tomorrow, I believe, is level 30 Pasti, level 30 Triostronics. Do more lives? Okay. How was my Valentine? It was good. Thank you for asking. It was actually really low key. My girlfriend is doing a juice cleanse, so I didn't have to take her out to dinner or anything because she's just drinking juices, and so that made my life a lot easier. How are the discussions coming with the tier list? You know what? I have not even tuned in or been part of those discussions this time. But I will go check MetaHub today after the stream, and then I'll follow up. Tune in tomorrow's live stream, and I'll follow up and see how they're doing. All right, guys. Well, I've kind of done my entire loop here. As you can see, basically everything around me is now dark as far as being able to spin or pick up drops, and no other really interesting dinos. So I'm gonna end this one here. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. If you follow me on Twitter, I will give like a 1 hour heads up before I'm gonna go live. How about that? I'll do you guys that, so you guys can kind of make plans to tune in to the live stream, and we will talk about strats for taking down the level 30 epic tower. And then I will probably just disregard all the strats and I will just make sure that I take it out with some unique dinosaurs, and probably do some cloaking and some evasive stancing and pray to the RNG gods that it all works out. So anyways, like I said, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. Remember, follow me on Twitter. There's a link in the description below, or there should be, to my Twitter. If not, it's just Twitter/PokeFodder. and I will give everybody about a 1 hour heads up before I'm gonna head out, so you guys can tune into the live stream if you want. And I'm gonna try to make it in the morning for me, so hopefully it'll give you guys time to see the order that they come out and help put together some strats so you guys can take it out. Thanks for tuning in, guys.